Howdy folks, we are back with week 10 of Pokemon Draft League. Experienced some technical difficulties with the online competition, but I somehow got it to work, and we are going to face off against Minnie and the Chandelure Channelers, who we faced off in the championship of the first tournament and lost. So we're going to try and avenge that loss today. We'll see what we can do. Both of our teams have been tweaked a little bit since that battle, but not too drastically. We'll see what we can do. They're bringing Mamoswine, which is a big problem for me the last time. We'll see if we can play around it, but here we go. Okay, and they lead with Galvantula. Makes sense. I'm just going to get up my rocks turn 1. If they want to set up Sticky Web, I can potentially spin that away on the next turn, so not too chuffed at this matchup. Going to switch out. And goes into Mamo. Get our rocks up. So I'm going to send out the Pokemon that I don't think I brought the last time against Minnie, which ended up hurting me dearly. We'll send in Skarmory, which should be able to check this relatively okay. Okay, so he sets up rocks of his own. Let's try and go for maybe a Toxic here. If he goes into Ferrothorn, that's a good prediction, but I can just Body Press on the next turn, potentially, so... Okay, and he goes into Rhyme. Great nickname, by the way, and it's shiny, very cool. Alright, so we get a Toxic off on this thing. The question is he gonna want to spin right away, or is he gonna just go for an Ice move? I could predict the Rapid Spin and go into Mimikyu, but I feel like that's pretty risky this early. I don't really have much to take Ice outside of Turtonator. I guess I could potentially go into that, but it's like pretty hard walled by Primarina, so it's kind of too early. Let's just Body Press and see how much damage we can do. Maybe he'll spin. Okay, so he does spin. So he gets rid of the rocks on our side, which is fine. Gets a speed boost, which doesn't really matter because we're slower. Let's take some Rocky Helmet Chip. I can Body Press this thing. Does a reasonable amount. We'll take some more poison damage. So the question now is if we want to maybe switch it up and go into Turtonator, fearing like an Ice Beam or something. Problem is, I don't even know if we resist it because we're part dragon. This is tough. Screw it. I think we can live one Ice move from this thing. Oh, he sets up a Reflect. That's interesting. So I don't even know how Body Press works with Reflect, because it goes off of my defense stat. I guess it... Okay, well, there's your answer. It is impacted by Reflect. So he gets Reflect up, and then Toxic Poison will take it out. So Skarmory KOs Rhyme with Toxic. Alright, well that's one thing down, and also his Spinner down, so we can potentially get Hazards up now. It's going to go into Galvantula. We can pretty safely just go back to Excadrill. He might predict that and do a double switch, but if he does that, fair plays. We can potentially get a rapid spin off on something after the fact. Okay, so he goes for Sticky Web. I do not care for that, so I'm going to spin those away right quick. Doesn't have a ghost. Well, he does have a ghost type, so he could predict rapid spin here, which would be a really good play. And he does. Shoot! Yeah, that's a good play. So the thing is, we should outspeed this unless he's scarfed. And if he's scarfed, we're kind of in bigger trouble than we know at this point. I'm just gonna risk it and try for an Earthquake, because Chandelure is a huge threat, and we're special defensive, so we maybe can take... Okay, we're not gonna take an Overteat. Oh, and he misses! That's huge. Oh, Mini, I'm sorry. That's brutal. So if that hit, that would have probably taken us out for sure. I don't think we can live an Overheat from this thing. He's definitely Scarf, though, because he outsped. So now I think we have to go to Turtonator. We can't screw around with this thing. We don't have heavy-duty boots, so we are going to take rocks damage and be slowed by Sticky Web, which sucks, but... And since we're White Herb, we're gonna burn our item already, but we tank the Overheat from this thing, which is good. And the Reflect wears off. So now I feel like he would go into Mamoswine potentially if he's thick fat. Tough. I'm just gonna double back into Skarmory, predicting Mamoswine. He goes into Primarina, which is fair plays. That's definitely makes sense. Not the best matchup for us, but again, we can pretty safely Toxic. We're faster, that's interesting. Did not suspect us to be faster. I guess Primarina is just naturally that slow, or he's like invested in bulk. So Scald did a hefty amount, but we have Dry Skin on Lisk, so I'm gonna hope he goes for that again and doesn't switch up moves, which he'll probably do, but if he goes for Scald again, we'll just heal. Okay, so he does go for Scald again. Dry Skin will sap that up. And now I feel like he has to make the Mamoswine play, and we kind of have a pretty good middle ground with Grass Knot because it also hits this, so I'm just going to do that because I can't afford him going into Mamoswine and getting even more momentum. So I'm going to try that play. They do switch. He goes into Ferrothorn. That was a good middle ground. So Grass Knot's not going to do anything to this thing. Interesting, we take Iron Barbs from Grass Knot. That's weird. I did not think Grass Knot was like a physical contact move, but alas, it is. So let's switch back into Toph. If he goes for like body press or something, that's gonna hurt. I think we can live it though, and then potentially spin or predict the Chandelure play. Okay, so he goes for Leech Seed. I have a feeling he's not going to want to stay in, because this thing might have like spikes, and he's not going to want to continue setting up hazards with my spinner out, so I'm just going to try and play it aggressive and go for Earthquake and catch the Chandelure if he goes back to it. Alternatively, we could get up Rocks. That might be a safer like middle ground. I'll do that in case he protects. Okay, so they do switch out. Goes into Mamoswine, so that was another good middle ground play. We get our Rocks up, so... And the thing is, Mamoswine isn't faster unless this is also Scarfed, and we already know that Chandelure is Scarfed. So... would he do double Scarfers? I feel like that'd be kind of odd. And he set up Rocks with this, so if he has Rocks and Scarf, that'd be kind of strange, but... I'm just going to try and spin the hazards away. And I think he is Scarfed, because he's faster. And he knocks us out, so... Mamoswine KOs Excadrill with Earthquake. Alright, so I think he's Scarfed, which is very interesting. Let's go into Golisopod. This really sucks now because the hazards are up and here to stay because we weren't able to spin them away. I'm going to predict a switch and just go for a knockoff. Try and maybe catch something on the switch. He does switch out. Brings in Ferrothorn. So we'll take some more Iron Barbs damage, but we knock off whatever item he has. And that's leftovers, so he's not going to get leftovers recovery now. I'll go into Turtonator here. Yeah, this is going to be a tough one to win because his hazards are up and here to stay. I don't have Rapid Spin on this Turtonator. So it's like a more offensive one, which with Sticky Web up is not going to be the greatest. Okay, it goes for Curse. That's interesting. I'm not... See, like, should we set up here? I feel like there's no way he stays in. I don't know that we're going to be faster than, like, Galvantula, though. Does it matter? Don't know. Alright, screw it. Let's play aggressive. Let's go for Shell Smash. I don't think I can switch in again on Rocks anyway. Okay, so they do switch. And he's going to go into Primarina, which, you know, is fine. It'll take Rocks damage and poison damage. Question is, at +1, are we faster? I don't know. I feel like we're maybe going to have to risk it. Even though this is like our main thing to get rid of Ferrothorn. Let's just try a Fire Blast. It's probably my strongest option here. We do hit it, which is nice. Does very little. It's Scald is probably going to take us out, and it does. So, Arena KOs Turt with Scald. It's not looking good for your boy, but Minnie's playing very well right now, so fair plays. Let's go into Golisopod, I guess. Maybe first impression will be enough on top of Toxic for this thing. Oh, so close! So freaking close. Can Golisopod live this? It can! Emergency exit! Oh god, this is so sketchy. Alright, I'm gonna go into Heliolisk on this because he'll die to poison, I think. Right? Yep. Alright, so Skarm KOs Primarina with Toxic. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how we come back from this, honestly. We're gonna have to play out of our minds to do this, but... Goes into Galvantula, which is going to take Stealth Rock damage. Oh, this is brutal. So what don't we need? Oh, I feel like we kind of need everything. This is brutal. Alright, I'll just sack Skarmory here. Alright, so... KO Skarm with Bug Buzz. I think now we kind of have to at least try to set up with Mimikyu. The problem is I think Bug Buzz... Well, I know Bug Buzz goes through... substitutes. I don't know if it has the same mechanic on Disguise. I doubt it. But I could be wrong, but let's just set up and hope for the best here. This is kind of our only play. We're at -1 speed, so that's not going to help us. He can probably just go into either Chandelure or more probably Mamoswine to revenge kill us if he's scarfed. And those sticky webs are going to be huge for him. Yeah, it's not looking good. This is probably going to be our first loss. We can't get around the big obstacle that is Mini. So he goes into Mamoswine. We still have our Disguise, which is nice. So I'm just going to try and Drain Punch this thing. Might predict that and switch, but like, I don't really care. Okay, so he goes for Icicle Spear, which is going to go through the Disguise, so it depends on how many hits he gets. So there's one to break the Disguise. This is a great strat, by the way. The second one does a lot. Third one does a lot. And it only hit 3 times! Oh my god! Oh, we're so lucky. And we knock it out with Drain Punch. Holy crap. Alright. Mimikyu KOs Mamo with Drain Punch. Well, if he got... I think if he even got 4 hits, we were done for there. So we recover back up over half. Oh, Mimikyu might clutch this. That was insane. That's such a smart move to bring on Mamoswine too, to break through the disguise. Just very well thought out with this matchup. But now we can Shadow Sneak this. Okay, so he switches. Goes into Ferrothorn. Does a pretty sizable chunk, but now we're going to take Iron Barbs and Life Orb Recoil. But we can pretty safely go for Drain Punch, because even if he goes back to Chandelure, we're not going to take Recoil, because Drain Punch just won't work. Okay, so he does switch out. And he does go back to Chandelure. But again, it's like Drain Punch just isn't gonna work. Oh, never mind. So the Stealth Rocks take him out. Touché. So Excadrill from the grave KOs Chandelure. Stealth Rock. We might clutch this. This is gonna be really close. So we Shadow Sneak this. Galvantula's not the bulkiest thing, but I mean we're at +2. Let's see. Shadow Sneak, bang, gone. With a crit. I don't think the crit mattered. I doubt it. Mimikyu KOs Galvantula with Shadow Sneak. Mimikyu, you absolute boss. Now he goes into Ferrothorn. Just Drain Punch this thing. Pop it right in its spines. It's gonna sting. But we do recover with Drain Punch, so we should be able to recover or live the Iron Barbs and Life Orb. So Mimikyu KOs Pharaoh with Drain Punch. And that's the game. I forgot that Primarina was already gone. Wow, what a match. My goodness, Mini. Very well played, GG. Had us on the ropes, but again, Mimikyu clutches it. Unreal.